Yo, what is up, everybody? So, Black Adam, Black Adam. I've been expecting this one for so long. I watched it last night in the first show, Wednesday night. It came out on Wednesday for us. Today is Thursday at the time I'm recording this. So, I can already, see what people are gonna expect when they're watching a Black Adam review. But all I'm gonna say is wait for the post-credit scene. There's only one scene and it's huge. Like, everyone cheered, everyone clapped. Like, that's all I'm gonna say. All right, wait for the post credit scenes. So, the movie, I wouldn't say that it was like a great movie. Like I saw Rotten Tomatoes gave it like 47% or something. I think someone posted somewhere that they gave it 40. I don't know if it was it 40 or 50, but I don't think it should be that low. It wasn't that bad, but it wasn't that great either. I would, if I was Rotten Tomatoes, I would probably give it in like 65 or something. But I think that would be fine. But 50, 40 is way too low for this movie. I kind of get why some people might rate it that low because let me say this: if you're somebody who is watching this movie because you're expecting a great plot out of the movie, then I don't think you would like it because I don't really think there was a plot to begin with. But if you're the type of person you just want to see The Rock in his badass form, just fully in a fully action movie, type thing, then yes, you would most likely like this movie, and you would also might consider this movie like a masterpiece because that's all this movie was. This movie was like 95% action and killing. Like there was not even a break for you to recover from like an action scene. It was like an action scene and then like 2-3 minutes of talking and then another action scene and then talking again and then another. Like it was just nonstop. Like it was literally that's just the movie, like 95% like action and then the other 5% you could say like just like talking non-action scenes and then like comedy scenes. And I don't think the comedy was that bad. It was not like those Marvel cringe comedy but uh the comedy was all right. It kind of felt natural. It didn't really took away a lot from like that serious moment kind of comedy. And even the serious characters, they did say some lines which were sarcastic, but again, did not take away from that moment and like ruin that moment. And there were some characters that were supposed to be comedic. They're like the comedic characters of the movie. So when they say it, it's totally cool. It didn't really feel like, oh my god, that's terrible. It didn't really feel like that. It was all right. So when it comes to the plot, again, there was not really any like I feel like the trailers itself already revealed the entire plot to you. You can already figure out the entire movie just by the trailers. It was literally, like everything you need to know about the movie is already in the trailer. They already revealed everything. There was no any hidden stuff in the movie that like they didn't show in the trailers. Everything is in the trailer. Like watching the trailers itself, like watching this movie is like an extended version of watching the trailers. That's literally the best way I could put this movie. So, the plot wise, it was just like what they showed in the trailer. Black Adam, he got resurrected, and then he fought the invaders in Kahndaq, and then Sabak appeared. He fought Sabak, and then the Justice Society intervened, and then boom, that's the movie. That's basically the movie. There's literally no other thing for me to spoil. Right now, I can just tell you the entire movie on the channel right now, and when you watch it, you will not feel spoiled at all. I'm not even kidding. That's basically the movie. I mean, except for the post credit scenes, but and then there's also one scene that yeah, I should not spoil. Actually, you would want to wait for that. But fans of this character, you're gonna be so pissed or disappointed, whatever. So, speaking of the character, I would say Black Adam was great. I think all the fight scenes was actually great, the action scenes. But also, yeah, I forgot, I want to talk about this. I don't know if the director of this movie, took lessons from Zack Snyder or something, but there was tons and tons and tons and tons of slow motion for whatever reason, right? They gave slow motion to Black Adam. I don't mind because Black Adam, he was super fast. He had a lot of like fast, quick scenes where he's like catching bullets and stuff. So slow motion scenes for him make sense. Why the hell does Hawkman need slow motion scenes? Why does like Adam Smasher need slow motion scenes? It did not make sense. Like there was way too many slow motion scenes to the point like I'm like, for what? You don't need this many. And some of the scenes it didn't really even include Black Adam too. Like if Black Adam having a slow motion scenes, I'm okay, but then you don't need slow motion scenes for Hawkman or Atom Smasher. Like they don't need slow motion scenes at all. They don't have freaking super speed like Black Adam, bro. Like that was so unnecessary. They did way too many slow motion movies to the point I was like, is this movie made by Zack Snyder, bro? Like seriously, that was way too many. The origin story too. They actually did a thing where they told you the origin story, which like for majority of the movie you would like, oh okay, that's the origin story, that's how Black Adam became Black Adam. But no, they would actually twist it a little bit and then tell you another part of the actual origin story later on in the movie, like when it's like going to end. So I'm like, they could have just said that in the beginning, you know what I mean? So I felt like it was kind of unnecessary to do two origin stories. Like for the majority of the movie you would actually think that that first one was the the actual origin of Black Adam, but then they kind of changed it. I guess yeah, you could say that was one of the plot things of the movie, but I'm not really sure because they kind of changed it a little bit. But for some people, you might have already expected it because I don't want to say it, but you'll know what I'm talking about when you watch the movie. And character wise, Black Adam was fine. Again, they gave him way too many action scenes, and he killed a lot of people. Like the kill count of this movie was just crazy, yo. He killed a lot of people, and the Justice Society. I don't even know why they were in the movie in the first place because they were like you could have literally removed the Justice Society from this movie, and I don't think it would have changed anything. It would have been the same thing. He would have still fought Sabak and everything, but I felt like they only put the Justice Society in this movie just to make it longer. If they didn't put the Justice Society, I think the movie would have been slightly shorter. But I think that was the whole point of them even being in the movie. I think if you completely removed them, I think they could have still went in the same route of how the story eventually went. So I that's all I saw the Justice Society as. So Hawkman was amazing. Um the designs and his fight scenes, but character wise, I don't really think I liked him that much. I kind of think that character wise, the Arrowverse Hawkman was better, but his designs and everything looked better in this movie. Doctor Fate was amazing. Doctor Fate fans, y'all love him for sure. And Atom Smasher was the comedy character of the movie. Cyclone was there, like, so again, they were just there for like the Justice Society. They were just there for to make the movie longer. Again, completely when you watch it, I don't know if you would feel it as the same way I did, but you could have removed them from the movie. The only reason why they were there was just to make the movie slightly longer. That's all. That's what I think. All right. So Doctor Fate, the helmet, for a glimpse of a scene, you would actually see two eye holes in the Doctor Fate helmet, and actually you actually see it in the actual shape too, but just for a while. But I think yeah, sure. And also, Sabak, he was amazing too. His design and everything, he looked great. And yeah, the VFX was the best part of this movie. The effects, the fight scenes, the scenes involving Doctor Fate was my favorite. Like especially there was this scene and at like the end of the movie, Doctor Fate, he was fighting, and then that scene, it was like really well done. When you watch it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But that scene was great. Every scene involving Doctor Fate was awesome. Pierce Brosnan was just amazing playing him. And yeah, overall the VFX, I don't think there was any bad CGI moments or noticeable bad CGI. It was great, like the way they did it. It's just that they did so too much with the slow motion thing, which I think it could have just looked as badass if you just do it in normal time rather than doing it in slow motion. But VFX overall, the designs, everything looked cool. Everyone's costumes. Sabak was just yo, he was great, and even how it ended between Black Adam and Sabak, that was truly badass. And Black Adam's powers, like they made him a threat. And like I would say, like 98% of this movie took place in Kahndaq. They didn't go anywhere else that much. Only like one or two scenes where they showed the Justice Society and stuff. That was the only scene, and there's another place that they would show. That was the only like 2-3 places that was not Kahndaq. So everywhere, the whole movie basically took place in this place too. So I guess that's all I could say. I would say not too great, not too bad. This movie was just a fully action flick. so like 95%. So again, I would say if you're going to watch this movie, you want to expect a plot-wise movie, then don't, because if you do, you're going to be really disappointed. Because this movie is just a action movie. This movie is just meant to show The Rock, Black Adam, in his most badass form ever. Just see him kill and fly and punch people and throw people around and just lightning kill, zap people. That's all. That's all the whole point of this movie. We did see the Shazam wizards and everything give him the powers. And again, I did say that they would actually twist it up a bit on how he got his powers. Because at first they did show how he got his powers in the beginning, like I said, but they would actually change the thing later on the movie, So, yeah. So I think I said it all, but yeah, Amanda Waller was in this movie too. I forgot to mention that, and she also has something to do with that post-credit scenes, which you don't want to miss. And yeah, I guess that's it. Again, Justice Society, I expected more from him rather than just being a reason to just make the movie longer, because that's just all I see him as. I could not see him as anything else, because I'm like, you could have like when the movie was going on, I didn't think about that, but when the movies ended, I'm like, why were they even there? You could have removed them, and still the movie would have just turned out the same. There were not any like Justice Society was not that like factor that was going to change something in the movie. You could have removed them. It would have still went the same way. That putting them in the movie was just to do a few things, which I think was kind of unnecessary, but it was necessary in terms of if you say you want to make the movie longer and more interesting, then sure. I guess that was the only reason, but yeah. I mean, Justice Society, there were only the four of them. Hawkman was kind of the leader. Dr. Fate was amazing. Smasher and Cyclone was just there. Cyclone, I don't know, she had like a few lines, and she was also like the IT person. Atom Smasher was the jokes guy. He was just making jokes and the douchebag kind of type character, but not in a bad way though. I mean, he's a likable character, but yeah, that's just the two of them. Hawkman and Dr. Fate was just more like the main Justice Society characters, but yeah, I think that's it. So please look forward for the post-credit scenes. But I would say that is all from me for this Black Adam. I think I've said everything. So this movie is awesome as an action flick. As a plot-wise movie, it's not. But I would say I enjoyed it. I can see myself watching it for a second time and a third time and not getting bored at all. I would say it's better. It's actually better than a lot of the DCU movies. But I'm not really sure where I'm gonna rank it though. But it was enjoyable. That's all I would say. I'm not gonna say it's great. It's enjoyable. I would see it again. Like 2 or 3 times, and I don't think I would get bored just because of the action, I would say. But so yeah, that is all. I enjoyed this movie. I hope you do. Wait for the post-credit scenes, man. I swear. Like, you don't know how fast my heart was beating towards that scene. Like, Amanda Waller appeared, and then I don't want to say it. Like, I want to say it so bad, but I don't want to say it. But you have to wait for it, all right? Just please. Like, my heart was beating so fast. You don't know how nervous and excited I was for that scene. Everyone like was just clapping and cheering when it happened. It was amazing. So it was only a mid-credit scene. There's no post-credit scene. I waited until the end just to get disappointed. But yeah, so that is all. Thank you very much for watching this my review for Black Adam. I hope you enjoyed it like I did. So if you like this review, please subscribe to the channel for more content like this and give this video a like. I will see you next time, everyone. Stay safe. Take care. Goodbye.